Service can be used for many different things, whether it's community service or just to serve anyone. I mean, your job is a service depending on what you do. Like teachers, they service students, workers in the cafeteria service us by feeding us. Um, so, in the article by David Albert, he talks about how college students are very, very excited to go out into the real world to pursue their passions and service others. But what people don't realize when they leave college is that their purpose doesn't always add up. What they think they were going to do, and so on and so forth. So, the whole reason people service others is to also have a positive effect on the community and just overall better life. Because, I mean, if you service yourself, you're servicing others, and that can go a long way depending on how far you want to take it. And college students don't realize that their passions and services are two different things. They feel that they should service this because they had a close relation to, like, let's say someone in their family had cancer, so they feel a need to want to try to solve cancer. Whereas instead, their real calling could be social worker, teacher, but because they have that connection, they feel the need to service it. I'm not saying that service is a bad thing. We need more like scientists in the world to figure out the cure for cancer. We need more teachers. It's the fact that sometimes too many people go into one service and it gets overwhelmed by it, while others are very, very low on the standard. Like teaching job, it's not very high. Working with dead people or working in service homes, not very high, because people hear depressing facts, they hear all these things, but instead they don't want to service the people who actually need it. They want to service what they think needs to be serviced. So that's a little bit of a problem when it comes to service. And Albert was correct on saying that people, we see the service, we see it's there, we feel a need, but yet sometimes we don't go out and do it. So my point is, what I want to do with my life as a physical therapist, I want to service others. Now, whether that's people in the community or people around the world, that's up to me. But I will always take into account other people's well-beings before mine, because I'm not the one going through the hardships that they are. If they're in a community that needs a lot of help and they can't afford it, like financially, that's a service I could give. If they just can't afford to do anything, but they just need the service, there are steps that people are willing to take sometimes if it's worth it. So service is a huge, huge thing in the world. Sometimes people take it for granted, and we really shouldn't.